Okay, it's ready.
All right. All right. Going on to the strategic plan.
So we already reviewed the strategic plan for 25-27 biennium in July actually of last year. So we were kind of jumped ahead a bit. And I'm glad we did. So DAS reviewed it kind of like they reviewed our other customer service satisfaction policy, or yes. And so they've reviewed this, and there's Seth, and had, let me look, they had suggestions and things that we needed to include in, and okay, so the policy that, I'm sorry, the strategic plan that they reviewed was our 2023 to 25 plan, which was not this version. And so what I want to do is update the version that we've already approved, get it to where they are, the criteria that they want, and then we submit it again. Because that we already had it, we met the deadline. All of these are due July of the first year of the first month of the new biennium. So we're ahead of schedule, I'm glad to say. But I do want to get them a valid version or a more updated version. So DAS went through our strategic plan, and Heather, this is in our materials, not in the Word docs, but in our in our file. And so, they looked at the different types, so development process, mission, objectives, goals, considerations. So we're missing just a little bit of more kind of explanation of process and explanation of how we prioritize the things that we did. And so instead of having the board, because we've had so much, and frankly, I've had so much over the last week, I'm not fully focused on doing this. What I would like to do is have me and Heather and Miriam and maybe one board member just get together and review this and update it based on the criteria that DAS gave us. And then we can bring it back to July's meeting. I just don't quite have it in me right now to talk about this process when I have other things that I need to focus on. So if that sounds like a good plan, then we'll just go from there.
Sounds good to me. Anybody want to?
Yeah, who wants to volunteer?
I don't mind.
All right, Karen, I'll tag you in, and we can. It should not take long. I would anticipate maybe max 45 minutes to, in a virtual meeting to go over the stuff.
Okay.
So thanks. Thank you. And it may not even take that long. I just don't have the eyes for it right now. Wonderful. Thank you. So that agenda item is taken care of for now.
All right. ACA Code of Ethics review and possible rule adoption.
So you can thank Karen for this one from our last meeting as far as the ethics. So if you remember, we were reviewing our ethics rules and definitions of things. And then we're like, well, what does the ACA say about, what do they have for ethics review? And if they actually explain what the doctor-patient relationship is, that definition, and when it terminates and all those things. And so she provided me with the ACA's information. And so I don't know if we want to incorporate any of these things into our rules, or it seems like we have a lot like the sexual misconduct version that Heather's just scrolling by. We already have that definition within our, sexual and professional conduct rule. So I just know that the board wanted to take a look at what the ACA said.
I think I would need a little more time to be able to put this next to the professional conduct rule and look at it.
Yeah.
You want me to pull up the professional conduct rule?
Well,
I mean, the fact is that you guys only had what 24 hours to look at all this stuff, and we really
Mhm.
didn't have that much time. And there's no deadline on this, so we could bring this back to July's meeting, and you will have, the 2 weeks that you normally would have to review and put things together and figure a piece apart any of this. So I'm more than happy to bring it back.
I think that's my preference. Anybody else have an opinion?
I think July sounds perfect.
Oh,
Your opinion
shush.
doesn't count.
Guys, you just put me on permanent mute.
Well, your computer's already doing that for us, so I don't really need to take any
Oh,
action.
I finally figured out. I think it's Comcast. Because every like
Mm.
2 hours, my signal just drops. Everything drops off. And I'm using that here all day doing it, but I live in an older neighborhood where all the lines are above the ground. And if a
Mhm.
squirrel farts in my direction, I think my signal drops. So I'm trying to come to this conclusion.
Got it.
Is everyone okay with moving it to July, or do you want to try to hash this out now? Thanks, Micah.
Okay.
All
So
right,
July
we're
it
moving to
is.
July. All right, pain management CE discussion.
Give me a second, I'm trying to.
So Heather, we have that email that's in our materials. And this is actually an issue that Miriam raised with us about what's required based on a question that I had about, how often are DC applicants or licensees required to take pain management CE, because somebody had asked me kind of offhandedly and I didn't know the answer right away. And so that email, yeah, thank you. So that email is part of our conversation.
Everybody see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
And
everyone
so,
able to see something being shared on the screen
yes.
or nothing's
Yeah,
being
we
shared? Okay.
can.
I don't know why I can't see it. And so since I'm recording, I don't know if that's going to be a problem that we can't see it. And I can't see it for, I don't know.
Huh.
I don't even know why. All I see is like the little circle of Heather's little dog. And
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
that's really strange.
Wow.
Do you guys mind? I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay.
You were able to see it before, right?
Yeah, I was.